Why 90% of businesses fails in a year one, and the three things that save them. Let me tell about a guy named Ravi, 28 years old, quit his corporate job, put his savings, his family's trust, and 2 years of his life into the business, believed in completely. 18 months later, it was gone. And here is the truth part where nobody talks. Ravi did everything. He had a website, he posted on Instagram, he ran ads. But why did he fail? More importantly, what could have saved it? Right, that's exactly what this video is about. And by the end, you will have three specific things you can do or avoid that decides your business survives year one or not. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 90% of the businesses are fail in a year one, and 95% fails within 5 years. Now you have probably heard that start before, this stat before, but here is what you haven't heard. The number one reason businesses die in year one is that they solved a problem nobody was actually paying to solve. Think about for a second. You can work 80 hours per week, have an incredible product, and still go broke because you built a product that the market didn't want anybody anybody wants to pay or open their wallet to pay you, right? So these are the things why business fails. One of the point where business fails in a year, that's the brutal truth, and that's where we start, right? So point number one, sell before you build. I say again, sell before you build. I know that sounds backwards, but the biggest mistake that business owners do is they will spend months, sometimes years, building a product or service, and only then going out to find customers. Here is what smart founders they do instead. They describe their product, put a price on it, and try to get someone who says before it exits. The customer who says yes before it exists into the market. Here is what how these smart founders do, as I said. Then, if you can't get 10 potential customers to say that I would pay for this, then you don't have a business. You have a business called hobby. So, your first sale happens before your first invoice to a supplier. Ravi, he spent 4 months building on an app before he spoke to the single potential customer. When he finally did, 8 out of 10 told him they had never paid for what he was offering. He ignored them and launched anyway. Don't be Ravi. Talk to real people, charge them real money, then start building. Point number two, stop trying to sell to everyone. Every new business owner I have talked to say some versions of this. Our product is for everyone who wants X, which the product they are building. And every time that sentence is the beginning of a problem. When you market to everyone, you connect with no one. Your message gets watered down. Your product tries to do much. your money runs out chasing 10 different audience at once. The riches are in the niches, but only if you go deep, not wide. Right? So the business that survive year one almost always have one thing in common. They know exactly what their customer is, not in a vague way, but in a specific, most uncomfortable way. Now, not a woman is 25 to 45, more like Priya, 32, who is 32 and works 48 hours in a tech and skips lunch, feels guilty about it. Her health, she feels guilty about her health, but hates the gym and pays for convenience. So when you can describe your customer, that specifically your marketing writes itself, your product improves itself, and your word of mouth spreads like wildfire. Because the right people feel like you made this just for them. Pick a one person, serve them deeply, let scale come later. Right? But scale can become later, but serving that one person with a very well structured manner that defines our product. And coming to point number 3, cash flow cash flow is not boring, it's survival. I want to say something that might surprise you. Most business that fail aren't unprofitable, they are just out of cash. There is a difference. You can have a customer who owes your money, orders filling up, and a product people love, and still not make payroll this Friday. This is called a cash flow crisis. Let me explain once again. There is a difference. Like you can have a customers owes your money, orders continuously, which orders are coming continuously, and a product that people are loving, and this not makes a payroll this Friday. Means like we have a product that peoples are loving but they are not paying, means we are out of cash. Right? So this is where we call it as cash flow crisis, and it kills thousands of business every year that had every right to succeed. Right? So according to the US Small Business Administration, 82% of small business that fail this cash flow crisis problems as a major factor. So what do you do? Three things right now. One, get paid upfront when possible. Deposits, subscriptions, prepayments, cash in hand before you work begin. Point number 1, I will repeat again. Have a paid upfront when possible. Deposits, subscriptions, payments, cash in hand before your works begin. Point number 2, know your runway. How many months you can survive with a zero profit or a zero revenue. If you don't know this number, now right away find that one. And point number 3, separate your personal and business accounts from day one of your working. I don't care if you are a one person operation, open business account right now. This week, start separating those money, personal amount and the business amount. Because how people accidentally bankrupt themselves without realizing it until it's too late. We realized later that it's when, but it's time to realize now and separate those accounts right away. Right? So, revenue is vanity, Profit is sanity, cash is a reality when it comes to business. And so what happened to Ravi now? 2 years after his first business, where he failed in first business, he tried to make again. This time he didn't fail. He built everything for first 3 months. He didn't build anything for first 3 months. He just talked to the people, found a problem that was genuinely painful, and got 5 people to pay him before he even had a full product ready. Right? This is how the things works in business. And he served 5 people so well, and they referred him to the 15 more people so that he can serve his product or service to others. That business, the second one, is still running today, and it is profitable. The difference between failure and success wasn't a talent. It wasn't even money. It was knowing what eventually or actually matters. So let me leave you with 3 things that actually survives your business year 1 faster. Point number 1, again, sell before you build. Validate the demand of the real money with your product, not the compliments. Point number 2, go deep, not wide. Go deep into the one customer who is potential enough to use our product or service, and ask and take feedback from him so that he can, if it is profitable to him, obviously will refer. Coming to point number 3, treat cash like oxygen. Know your runway, get paid upfront, separate your accounts right now if you are not separated your accounts. So now here what I want to know from you, drop in the comment right now, which of these 3 did you already know, and which one hit you like a truck? I read every comments that you add as a comment, and most common answers which I will get, that video will be your next video, because this channel isn't about me talking at you. It's about building something useful together. If this gave you something real today, subscribe. There is more where this came from, and it only gets more specific from here. See you in the next one. Take care.